All right, so down here we're going to have the tables, and over here on the y-axis we're going to have the people. So if we have 13, we're going to say this is 1, 2, 3, 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. So those are the number of tables. And then over here off to the side, we'll say 1, 2, 3 will represent 13. 1, 2, 3, another 13, 1, 2, 3, another 13, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So the number of tables are on x-axis, number of people on the y-axis. So if we have 3 tables, it's for 13 people. If there are 2 tables, then that's for 26 people. If there are 3 tables, it's equal to the 39 people. And if we have 4, 3, 6, 9, 12 tables, that'll be for the 52 people. So we have 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15. And then everything just disappeared. Let's bring it back. Also recognizing the manner in which the question is asked, they want the number of people to be on the x-axis and the number of tables to be on the y-axis. So we can change this around. So this will be tables, this will be people, and still because we're counting or dividing the graph by threes, this will just be representing 13, this will represent 26, 39, and 52, and this will represent 3, 6, 9, 12 tables. So just like we saw before, the graph is still going to look the same for 13 people, 3 tables, 26 would be 6 tables, 39 would be 9 tables, and then the 52 will represent 12 tables. So what does this 39 comma 9 represent? Well, it represents 39 people needing 9 tables. So the x-axis is representing the number of people, whereas the y-axis is representing the number of tables. Why does it make sense that a line, if I had a ruler, I could draw a straight line through all of those points, why would it be straight? Well, we should hopefully remember that when we're looking at these types of tables, that it is proportional, meaning for every 13 people, it's going to give us, or we're going to need those additional 3 tables. So because of that, yeah, each 13 people bring another 3 tables out. Each 13 people bring another 3 tables out. And so it's going to be proportional. Why does it make sense that the line passes through the origin, meaning 0, 0? Well, if there are 0 people, there's going to be 0 tables that we need to bring out. So 0, 0 would make sense. This question here was a part of the question that got chopped off in your packet. This was a part that you weren't able to see. For which example is the unit rate 7.5? When we divide 75 miles by 5 hours, we get 15 miles per hour. When we divide 77.5 hours for 6 miles, we get 1.25 hours for every mile. And then when we divide 90 miles for 12 hours, there we go, 7.5 miles per hour. So the unit rate here would be C for the 7.5 per hour. Angela enjoys swimming and often swims at a steady pace to burn calories. At this pace, Angela can swim 1,700 meters in 40 minutes. At what speed in meters per minute does Angela swim? Well, if we divide 1,700 divided by 40, we would get 42.5. And that 42.5 represents the number of meters per minute. Explain how we determine the speed? Well, like we just said, we divide the total number of meters. And because we want to find it per minute, that means the minutes need to be in the denominator. So it means we're dividing meters over minutes. Next one. For every 1 quart, there are 2 pints. Read the statements below, which is true, which is false. So 1 quart is equivalent to 2 pints. So to go from 10 pints, 2 to 10, we're multiplying times 5. Therefore, that means that we would need 5 quarts. This is false. Quarts, 1 quart to 20 quarts is multiplying by 20. 2 times 20 gives us 40. 40 pints, this is true. For every 1 pint, we divide this by 2. So 1 pint, divide the quarts into a half, that would be true. If you have 5 pints, so multiply this by 2.5, you would have 2.5 quarts. This is also true. So we have false, true, true, true. Next one. Tiffany is filling her pool at a rate of 12 gallons for every 4 minutes. George, this is Tiffany, George is filling his pool at a rate of 18 gallons for every 6 minutes. Tiffany says that they are filling their pools at the same rate. George thinks he's filling his pool faster. Who is right? Well, we want to see the same rate, so we're going to want this in 1 minute for each. How many gallons would be going into their pool? So if we divide by 4, this would be 3 gallons in 1 minute for Tiffany. Divide by 6, this would be 3 gallons for George. So Tiffany had said that they're filling their pools at the same rate. Tiffany is correct. Both her and George are filling their pools at a rate of 3 gallons for every 1 minute. With that, kiddos, comes the end of the packet. I hope that if you have any questions, you don't remain silent. Please say something. Write it down in your composition notebook and then check it with me so I can get you the help that you need in preparation for the exam. Great.